all of the ingredients for our artichoke, spinach, and chicken casserole. And this, guys, is low carb and it tastes like spinach and artichoke dip. I have about 3 chicken breasts here. I just poached them in some water and cut them into cubes. 2 15-ounce cans of artichokes in brine, and these I got at Walmart, and they are the small artichokes, and it said 10 to 12 per can, and I just drained them, took them out of the can, and cut each one in half. If you get larger ones, you may want to quarter them. This is a 12-ounce bag of frozen spinach that I steamed in the microwave, and then I put into a colander and I squeezed out any excess liquid. You're going to want 2 cups of grated mozzarella cheese, 1 cup of grated Parmesan, 1 medium onion or 1 cup of diced onion, and then we have 1 full pound of cremini mushrooms that are sliced. We're going to saute these with the onion along with 2 to 3 cloves of garlic in this 2 tablespoons of butter, and then the saucy goodness is built with 1 8-ounce brick of cream cheese that you're going to soften, a half a cup of mayonnaise, and a half a cup of sour cream. Now, to season all of this up, you're going to want a teaspoon each of Italian seasoning, onion powder, garlic powder, and a half teaspoon each of salt, pepper, and cayenne pepper. If you don't like cayenne pepper or can't take the heat or are allergic, simply leave it out, no problem. So what I'm gonna do now off camera is I'm gonna go to the stove and I'm gonna saute my mushrooms, onions, garlic in the butter, and I'll be back and we'll start to build our casserole. All right, we finished sauteing off our mushrooms, onions, and garlic, and now I just have them setting off to the side to cool. And what you want to make sure is that your cream cheese is softened. So this has been sitting out, and we're just going to give it a stir, paddle it a little bit with the wooden spoon just to get it nice and mixed up. That way the next step will be a lot easier. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add in our sour cream. Our mayonnaise goes in. All right, so now just get your mayonnaise, sour cream, and cream cheese all blended together. We're gonna go ahead and add all of our spices. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, cayenne pepper, and Italian seasoning. We're going to add a half a cup of the grated Parmesan. The rest we're reserving for the topping. We're going to add half of our mozzarella cheese. Give that a good stir. So we're going to add our spinach and our artichokes and our chicken. But I'm going to stir the vegetables in first. And kind of give this a gentle turn. You don't really want to break up the artichokes too terribly much. We're going to add in our chicken.
You need a bigger bowl.
I don't need a bigger bowl. And just like that, we magically have a larger bowl.
That's better.
Yes, at least I can move everything now. And then the last thing you want to add is your mushroom mixture. And you want to wait till the end because you don't want this to be like screaming hot when you put it in there. Yes, it's steaming, but that's okay because we're just going to transfer this into a casserole and we're going to put it in an oven. So it's really all good. I think that looks incredible. All right. Get your casserole dish. Pour your mixture right on in there. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add back the remainder of our mozzarella cheese and our Parmesan cheese. So there goes the mozzarella. And then top it off with your Parmesan. Now this is going into a 325-degree oven for 25 to 35 minutes until the top is lightly browned and the casserole is bubbly. I'll be back when it's time to serve it up and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, we've just taken our spinach, artichoke, and chicken casserole out of the oven. It baked for just about a half an hour and it's perfectly beautiful and I cannot wait to dig into this. I'm gonna let it, you know, I always tell you guys, let this cool off 5 or 10 minutes before you serve it because nobody wants to scald the skin off the roof of their mouth, even though some people would say, I'll risk it. Really, just don't let them. Just don't let them because you know what's good for your family. So I'll be right back and we're gonna dig into this and I'm gonna fix you a plate and I can't wait to try. Well, there you have it. Our spinach, artichoke, and chicken casserole all ready to enjoy for dinner. I'm telling you right now, I had a sneaky taste and oh my goodness, This is amazing. If you love spinach and artichoke dip, you are going to love this dish. And I know Rick can't wait to taste it. You ready?
Yep.
Now this is still a little bit hot, but you know, he's gonna risk it. I risked it. He can risk it. You like it?
That's amazing.
It's really, really good. You guys, it's just chock full of so many good, delicious things. There's no way it was gonna be bad. Get started going over the ingredients for our Chile Relleno Casserole, and these are so simple. This is super simple. If you love chili rellenos, you're gonna love this casserole. So of course you're gonna need some chilies. I'm using a can. This is a 28-ounce can of Ortega whole green chilies. All you gotta do is take them out of the can. They are whole in there. They've already been seeded for the most part. They've been fire roasted and peeled, and I like to just pat each one in between some paper towels and then open them up. There are about 18 in a can, and that is all you need for this recipe. If you have a hard time finding whole green chilies, you can definitely use chopped green chilies in this and just make it like a big egg bake and not even worry about it. We're gonna layer this like a lasagna, but you can just throw all of this, if you only have chopped green chilies, in a pan and mix it all up, and it's gonna be great. We're also adding a pound of breakfast sausage that has been cooked and crumbled. A cup and a half of heavy cream, or half and half if you prefer. I have about 4 cups of shredded Colby Jack cheese. We're gonna be using 6 eggs, 2 cloves of minced garlic, and our spices. A teaspoon each: onion powder, garlic powder, cumin, chili powder, and dried oregano, which you can't see because it's hiding under the half teaspoon of salt and a half teaspoon of cracked black pepper. Before we get started building, I want to go ahead and make up our egg mixture. So I broke all 6 eggs into my jug, and I'm just gonna, you know, break them up. Okay, so there goes our eggs. We're gonna pour in our heavy cream, give that a stir, and this is where we want to put in our spices. So in goes our garlic and all of those delicious flavorizers. Okay, we get that all blended up, and we're just gonna set that aside. All right, now I brought my pan over. This is just a 9x13 clay baker, and we're gonna start layering our chilies in here. Okay, so now we're gonna sprinkle on some cheese. And I also wanted to let you guys know the cheese is completely like your preference. You want to use a different kind of cheese, go for it. Monterey Jack or sharp cheddar works great here, but and then you can also fluctuate the amount. So I wouldn't go too heavy-handed on it, but you know, if you like a little more cheese than I'm putting in here, you go for it. I'm gonna put about half of the sausage in this layer as evenly as possible, right on top of the cheese. And then we're gonna go back in with more green chilies. All right, all of our chilies are layered in there, and I also wanted to let you know, Rick mentioned it just now, I've used just regular old breakfast sausage. If you guys would like, you could totally use cooked chorizo in here. That would be really, really nice. And then if you do that, you don't have to put all those seasonings in the egg mixture because they'll already be in there from your chorizo. And the rest of the sausage. Now you're gonna take your egg mixture and you're just going to pour it over the top. If you wish, you can put additional cheese on the top of this, and I might do that, but I might do it when it comes out of the oven and just let it melt on top. This is going in a 325-degree oven for about 45 to 55 minutes, or until the eggs, when pierced with a knife, come out clean and there is no sign of wet batter, so to speak. So we're gonna pop these in the oven and we'll be back when it's ready to eat. There you have it, our Chile Relleno Casserole, and I have to tell you, it smells incredible. I did go ahead and put an extra cup or so of shredded cheddar cheese on the top. Now, this is gonna make 6 to 8 servings, I believe 8 servings, and this refrigerates beautifully. This reheats in the microwave beautifully. You can eat it hot, at room temperature, or cold. Are you ready to taste it?
If I have to.
This slices up so beautifully. And a lot of Chile Relleno casseroles, you're not going to see sausage in there. But I decided to go ahead and put it in mine. Tell me what you think of that.
Wow. That's pretty bad. You won't like it, so I just said.
Are you going to save me from it? You're so selfless, honey. So selfless.
I'll take one for you.
I know all about your it tastes terrible.
That is incredible.
It's really good.
Yes, it is.
You are going to love this one. It's got that great chili flavor. It's super cheesy. That's how you make my version of a Chile Relleno casserole with sausage. I hope you give it a try. We're going to get right into the ingredients. This is starting off with 4 cups of cooked cubed chicken breast. I poached this 3 chicken breasts in some water with some chicken seasoning and a pinch of chicken bouillon powder. That's it. I let it cool, cubed it up. 1 pound of sliced cremini mushrooms that I sauteed in a couple of tablespoons of butter with a little bit of garlic pepper seasoning. 2 cups of celery that has been sliced. 1 cup of onion. 1 cup of slivered almonds that have been toasted in the oven. 1 cup of Parmesan cheese. And over here again I have 3 cups of shredded sharp cheddar cheese. And then the saucy creamy goodness begins with 1 cup of mayonnaise and 1 cup of sour cream. We're going to season this up with half a teaspoon each of salt and cracked black pepper and a teaspoon each of onion powder and garlic powder. That is what goes into this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the sauce first, and all that requires is mixing the mayonnaise and the sour cream. And I almost forgot, you guys, the juice of 2 lemons, okay? So it's gonna be about 1/4 cup of fresh squeezed lemon juice. My lemons happen to be very juicy, so you know, eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but about the juice of 2 lemons. I'm gonna toss all of our seasonings in here with this, and I'm gonna give it a bit of a whisk. This right here, in and of itself, makes a great dip. If you thin it out with some milk, it's gonna make a great dressing also. You throw some dill in here, and really it's gonna be like a makeshift ranch. Okay, now we're gonna add 2 cups of this sharp cheddar cheese. Go ahead and eyeball it. I measured this as I was getting everything ready. So about 2 cups of the sharp cheddar go into the sauce, and half of your Parmesan cheese is gonna go into the sauce. So a half cup of that. And then we're gonna just mix this all up together. Now we're just gonna mix everything up. We're gonna take all of our ingredients. We're gonna start by putting our sauce in the bottom of this bowl. And we're gonna add all of our other ingredients. There go our seasoned mushrooms. Well, those sauteed mushrooms. Our 4 cups of cooked chicken. 2 cups of diced celery. 1 cup of chopped onion. And that's a sweet onion. You can use whatever onion you like. If you prefer to use green onion, that would be great too. And we're gonna do half of these slivered almonds. We're gonna reserve the remaining almonds for the top. Get in here with your spatula or your wooden spoon and toss all of that into that beautiful sauce. Okay, because I'm making this for community group tonight and I don't wanna dig into the casserole that I'll be taking with me, I'm just going to do a little bit of a ramekin here so that we can show it to you on camera and dig into it, and you'll be able to see what it looks like. Just a 9x13 casserole dish that I have previously sprayed with cooking oil, coconut oil to be exact. Just spread this evenly in your casserole dish. Now we're going to go ahead and address the topping. We're going to sprinkle on. Now you can do this a couple of ways. You can combine everything in a bowl and then you can sprinkle it evenly over the top. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of layer these on the top of my casserole because that's what's convenient for me right now. Just kind of as evenly as possible. Doesn't have to be perfect. There goes our sharp cheddar cheese, our grated parm, the remainder of our slivered almonds, Now, the traditional recipe for this hot chicken salad wants you to crush a cup of potato chips on the top. I've seen this done with everything from crushed potato chips to those little fried shoestring potatoes that you get in a can, to a combination of those and those crispy fried onion strips that you use on your green bean casserole. And I've also seen it done with crispy Chinese noodles. You know, the chow mein noodles that you make the no-bake cookies with. And you can choose to do any of those. It's completely up to you. I'm going to use some crushed Parmesan crisps. I found these at my local Walmart, and they're in the produce section on the little shelf where they have the salad toppings. So you can look for that. These are just Parmesan cheese, and they come in little discs, but you can crush them up, and it's gonna add a little bit of crispiness to the top. It's also going to add this salty bite of Parmesan, and we already have some fresh Parmesan on there. This is just going to add a different little dimension. So a half a cup of those, or a cup depending on what you prefer. And also, if you don't want to do that, you can leave it off altogether, and you can crush some pork rinds if that's what you have on hand, and that's going to be another delicious crunchy option. Now I have my oven preheated at 350 degrees. We're going to go ahead and pop this in for about 30 minutes until it's nice and bubbly and the cheese is melted. When that happens, I'll bring you back and I'll show you what this one looks like. We're going to dig into it and I'll show you what this one looks like all finished. There you have it, our hot chicken salad casserole ready to go. We'll be carrying this one to our community group meeting tonight, and this one I did separate so that we could have a taste. These baked for just about 30 minutes, and then I took them out of the oven and I let them rest for 10, because like I always say, you don't want to serve them super hot because you don't want your guests to burn their mouths. So if you just look at, oh my gosh, look at that. It's creamy, it's chunky, and it's cheesy, and oh my goodness. You ready, honey? I know you want to have a taste. What do you think?
That is outstanding.
Oh my.
Wow.
That's good. This is totally a winner, guys. A real winner. And it is a chicken dinner. This is one of those awesome, quick and easy, throw together casseroles, because who doesn't love a casserole? And you're gonna love it. I just know you are.